Bam! Jayson Waller here, true underdog, underbite coming right now. We're going to rant about something that I think is important to almost everybody that I know has gone through some kind of depression, right? Depression is real for everybody. Nobody can tell me they've never been depressed before. I personally have been experiencing depression probably the last 6 or 8 months. The struggle is real. And people I love, people I care about, my family, my wife, my kids, siblings, everybody goes through some kind of depression. How do we overcome it? How do we live through it? Let me tell you something. Every hard day that you've had, and I could preach a lot better than I listen, but every hard day that you've ever had, you have 100% batting percentage of overcoming that day. You're still alive. You're still fighting the good fight. So for you to sit here and worry about how bad the day is or be stuck in the mud of being depressed, let me tell you something. Everything you've ever been through, you have survived. You have not failed one time yet. Not once. You have struggled and survived through everything. And here's the deal. If you've got all kinds of things going on, sickness, issues with relationships, money, business, whatever it is, step up to the game and find a way to get over it, to get out, to not quit, to not let this control you. There's too many times in our life that we allow things to control us. Things happen to us for a reason. Every time a day is hard, we have to learn from it. Every time there's a struggle, there's a concern, there's an issue, there's a catastrophic event, we learn from it. We get stronger from it. We don't sit here and go in a ball and quit. You have to not quit. You have got through every single thing before. That's why you're still here. I've got family members, I told you, that struggle with depression really bad. I recently, about 8 months ago, people think, oh, your life's great. You got a successful business. That's true. But the more things you have in life, the more depressed you can be. And I've gone through some depression. I don't even know why. I've sat where I feel like I'm an outsider in my own home or in my own business, like I'm floating third party, flying over the thing. And I'm struggling with it. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Am I weird? Why can't I get over things? I should be more grateful. I should be happier in life. And it's hard. I mean, I would be full of shit if I said, hey, look, I know I'm never depressed. I'm the happiest human being on the planet. That's a bold-faced lie. I go through depression. I think everybody does. And really we've got to come together as human beings and people and understand that you don't know anybody's situation. You don't know what people are going through. And no matter how good things look like on social media or out in the real world, you don't know the problems that they may be having. So you have got to find a way to not only be nicer to people and be caring to people, which I included have to work on a lot of these things, but we have to be able to understand that everybody's situations, everybody's struggles, everybody's anxiety is completely different. What might make me depressed might not make you depressed. What might make me have anxiety might not make you have anxiety, and vice versa. You may be worried about driving a car to the mall. I may be worried about, are we going to pay this mortgage bill next month? I mean, everybody has different situations of anxiety and depression. And we've got to make a decision today that to remember the past is the past. Our eyes are in the front of our face for a reason so we can see the future. The past is behind us. That shit's back there. So we have to find a way to dig deep and understand that everything you've ever been through, you've survived it. You're batting 100%. You have overcome everything thrown at you. That's why you're still here. There's a reason you're still here. Maybe it's to help yourself. Maybe it's to help a family member. Maybe it's to help somebody you don't even know. Maybe it's to make an impact on the world. But we have got to find a way to get through depression. And it comes in all sizes and forms, guys. It's not, oh, my wife left me and I lost my job and nobody likes me, or I didn't get this promotion because of my race or gender. All that bullshit is just fucking bullshit, okay? Depression is real. It could be as little as someone not noticing you, or struggling to someone not appreciating you, or being bored in life, ADD, like all kinds of things. I'm still trying to figure out why I get depressed. I'm still trying to figure out what is it that makes me get sad or feel distant from people or struggling. Like, what can I do to not feel that way? I want to connect more. And, we've all got to find a way to reconnect, to start building our map together and try to not be alone. Maybe praying works for you. Maybe seeing a therapist works for you. Maybe taking medicine works for you. Maybe working out works for you and releases your mind and allows you to go, okay, I got to get my shit together. I can't be stuck in this hole. Because let me tell you something else about depression is not only are you depressed on yourself, you're everyone that you touch, you're making them depressed for you, right? This is like a disease. It is a disease, but this is like, it's contagious, like fucking COVID, right? Like, you're depressed and all of a sudden people around you are depressed. We've got to find a way to really find a way to be happy again. Look at your kids, appreciate them more. Look at your spouse, appreciate them more. Look at your family members, appreciate them more. Appreciate the things that you've got in life, that you're still breathing, that you're still alive. Material stuff, it's just that. It's just shit. It's just things that you buy. That does not bring happiness. It does not remove depression. It actually can add depression. I'm here to tell you that is a fact. It is a fact that sometimes the more stuff that you have, there's nothing to chase. Therefore, you get depressed. It's like, what am I going for now? And you have got to find something within to try to get over depression. You have got to dig deep. You've got to take the tools in life and be able to say, okay, I'm going to handle this thing. I always say no elevator in life, right? You got to take the steps. How am I going to challenge and tackle this thing one step at a time? I'm going to get up today, and rather than be like, fuck, it's cloudy out or the day is bad, be like, you know what? I'm breathing and the air smells amazing outside. Start saying little positive things to yourself. If you start doing that early in the morning and you just have a different outlook when your feet hit the ground and you get out of the bed, and instead of having that, I'm depressed, life is over, this person doesn't like me, people won't promote me, I can't, rather than look at the bullshit because it's behind you. Every day is a new day. The future's got something better than your past. You've got to dictate that. So when you get your feet on that ground and you start to think, what can I do to be better? How can I be better? You start thinking positive thoughts. I'm breathing. Thank you, God, I am breathing. The sun is shining. Maybe it's cloudy, but damn it, the sun's behind the clouds, right? What are we going to do to get through this day? What am I going to do to tackle this day one step at a time? You know what? Shit, this person's calling me and they're a negative, pessimist, narcissistic fuck. Don't answer the phone. Send them to voicemail. 86 their ass. Nobody wants to hear negative shit. Part of our problem is we're around negative people and all they do is negative shit, negative shit, negative shit. And this is what happens. We end up being negative like that and listening to that nonsense. It's like watching the news. No matter what channel you watch, whether you watch CNN or Fox, it's all negative shit. Nobody on the news goes, oh my goodness, look at this female lady that just, dropped out of high school but opened this business and she's building a school to help people. Like, nobody talks about positive shit. It's always negative shit. So really it's you versus the world. You have got to step up and say, hey, I don't want to hear any of that noise. I'm going to do what's good for me. Like I said, maybe it's praying, maybe it's meditating, maybe it's stretching, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's exercise, but my advice to you, what I like to do for me, say positive things in my head every day. Say positive things to myself every day. You know what? This day's going to get better. You know what? I'm going to do better today. You know what? I'm not going to get focused on what's not good in my relationship or my business or my friendship. I'm going to focus on what is good. How can I focus on the good and not the bad? How can I stay positive to align? Because let me tell you something. It's mind over matter every single day. Every single day you can pick on how you look at something. We all know glass half full, glass half empty. You choose how you react to things. And if you can start changing those reactions one step at a time, and you can start changing those thoughts one step at a time, I'm not going to be able to cure your depression. I don't think anything can, but you can control it. You can control it and mitigate it to keep it smaller. To make it, when it happens, you get a reset button and go, oh shit, overload, I need to redo this. How do I grab my thoughts? How do I get to the next step in life and not be stuck of what's going on? How can I look forward and not behind me? And as long as we all start tackling this one little step at a time, just make small changes, guys. I mean, I was telling my son, Yesterday, I think it was, he was asking about, if could he ever be faster? He gets upset because he's slow. I mean, he does great at football. I threw a few touchdowns yesterday. He's excited, but he's slow. He can't run. We got concrete feet in my family. I don't know what to tell you. So we're not fast. He gets a little depressed about that. And he's like, how can I get faster? I'm like, well, a lot of those other kids are fast because they run all the time. Well, they run all the time. Yeah, if they run all the time, you're making those muscles work out. If I lift all the time, I'm going to get more muscles, right? If I'm running, I'm stretching those legs out. I'm going to be faster because I'm running all the time. It's the same thing. I try to tell him, he gets negative and down. I'm like, if you think positive things, the things you're appreciative for and things that you can do great, and you focus on the goods, you don't get stuck in the bad. Your brain's like a muscle. It starts to go, okay, rather than be 70% negative shit and beating myself up and putting myself in a box or a swamp to feel really bad and blame myself or make excuses or play the victim, rather than do that, let me look at the positives I bring to the table. Let me focus on those. God made everybody completely different. I mean, this is how this works. I'm a true believer in attributes, right? We all get 100 attributes, period. And it's like a damn video game when you make an avatar, right? You might have someone that's really good looking, but not very smart, or someone that's really strong, but not very fast, or someone that's really tall, but you get all these attributes. And I believe everybody's made equally, but you got different goods and different bads about you as a human being. And I just think that's really true. And I think, some people have, confidence, and, confidence is key. You could be, a 7 in looks and have confidence and all of a sudden be a 9, right? Or you could be really a 10 in looks, but then you're an asshole. So now your internal part's a 2, right? But that's how you were made. And you've got to learn to take the attributes that you were given in life and work on the ones that you're really good at to make them even better, and then focus on those ones you're not good at slowly to trickle up to get better. And then all of a sudden you got more than 100 attributes. Now maybe you're at $120, $130, and now you live in life because, hey, you took care of your body, you took care of your looks, you took care of your mind, you took care of your soul, you started being nicer to people, and then maybe you're just not compassionate, or maybe you talk too fast, or maybe you say too many bad words. Whatever your attributes are, you get to change and work on those the gifts that you were given. And everybody has gifts. Everybody is here for something. Maybe you're here to be a parent. Maybe you're here to be a son or a daughter. Maybe you're here to create the next futuristic, life-changing device that's going to change our world. Maybe you're here to support somebody and teach somebody something. Maybe you're here to take care of somebody and save them in the ER. Maybe you're here to train somebody to do better in life. Everybody has a reason. And if we start focusing on the positive stuff of why we're here, and not the negative stuff of what, why I'm wasteful and I'm a piece of shit and I can't do anything. Like, you got to get your ass up and quit thinking like that. Nobody's a piece of shit. You are what you think you are. You've got to wake up. You've got to step your feet on the ground and start looking forward. Quit looking backwards. Again, if you're around negative people, cut them off. Cut them the fuck off. Get rid of them. You don't need negative energy. You don't need negative people in your life. You don't need people to tell you you can't, you won't be shit. You don't need any of that. You have survived everything that's been thrown at you, or you wouldn't be listening to this podcast right now. That means you're batting 100%. That means every hater that gave you shit, every disease that's hit your body, every fucking obstacle you've ever had, guess what? You kicked its ass. You're still here. So you've got to start thinking, damn it, I've defeated this. I'm stronger than this. I can keep pressing forward, or you wouldn't even be listening to this. Think about that. You're batting 100%. You've been able to overcome everything in your life thus far. So quit being scared. Quit making excuses. The time is now to start looking forward. Eyes are on our face and the front of our body to look forward. We're not looking backwards anymore. You've got to find a way. Don't beat yourself up anymore. You've already overcome all of your struggles and issues that were in the past, and you're going to have more. But everything in the past has made you stronger. You will survive this. You have got to find a positive force to look at every single day. Quit making excuses. Quit blaming everybody else, and really quit blaming yourself. The world is not a fair place. The world will never be fair. The world will never be fucking roses every day. It just won't be. There's days that it is roses and you appreciate them because of the shit you went through, because of the struggles you had to deal with, because of the loss that you've had is what makes you appreciate when you get some wins under your belt. And we have all got to focus on getting more wins, even if it's a small win, even if it's surviving today, even if it's, going to chemo and fighting that fight. You've got to stay positive, because if you quit, you're going to fucking lose. You're going to lose if you quit. You're going to lose if you let everything else control your mind. Your mind is more powerful than anything else. You've got to start using it, start looking forward. Quit making excuses. Stay positive. If you see somebody going through some shit, help them out. Put your hand out there. What can I do? How can I help you? Try to relate. There is nothing that feels better than helping people. I promise. I've made lots of money. I've done lots of cool things in life. I've had lots of struggles and bullshit in my life as well. And I can tell you, anytime I can help somebody, that is the most valuable feeling I ever feel. Like, you can't buy that shit. You want to be able to help people. We are one fucking being. We're here and we got one life. There's no reset. We don't get to start over. So make it count. Be positive. Help people out. Quit looking behind you. Quit making excuses, and remember, you're batting 100% for all the shit thrown at you. So you're going to continue to bat 100% because you are capable. You are special. You are what you want to be in your life. Nobody else can dictate that shit. Check out our podcast, True Underdog. Bam! And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit TrueUnderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!